Papa John, day 70. Wow. April 30th, where did that month go? Devil's Backbone was a great little side trip to go camp there. Great shower house or bathhouse, restaurant. I would highly recommend that if you're on the trail. And you know, you can't just trudge through this for 4 or 5 or 6 months without taking a little time off to go into town or go someplace and enjoy it. So I enjoyed that, and I think the guy who started that is an ex-hiker, and he just wanted to help out the hiking community. They have this $5 breakfast for hikers that's only for thru hikers, and it was great. But once I got through with that, I ordered the banana pancakes, and they were pretty good too. Pretty much everybody had 2 breakfasts this morning, and the hiker breakfast is big. There's plenty of food on there, but I don't know. You get a chance to eat something really good, you're gonna eat it. So if you're behind me and contemplating whether or not to go to Devil's Backbone, I would highly recommend it. I would do that again. On my way to a shelter that'll be just outside of Waynesboro, and then the next day probably go into Stanimals, and it's tick and mosquito season, so I want to retreat my clothing and gear to protect myself from ticks and mosquitoes, and get some other stuff, a little resupply, and then I go into the Shenandoahs. And that's the plan. The next couple of days shouldn't be too hard. I'll probably do 14 or 15 today, which feels like a day off. And I'll do a Nero the next day, and then I'll be ready to hit the Shenandoahs. I think it's Wednesday. When I'm out here, I usually don't know what day of the week it is. I try to keep up with what day of the month it is, but my schedule kind of revolves around what towns are coming up next. Do I need to get any permits? How many miles? What mountains are coming? And I think it's Wednesday, and I just gotta say, I didn't think this would become apparent to me, but I like hiking during the week more because there's fewer people out here. And I didn't know that I would ever notice this, but day hikers smell. I don't mean they smell bad like I do. They smell like laundry detergent. I mean, you can smell them 10 or 20 feet away. It's amazing. But they can probably smell me 10 or 20 feet away too, but it's just an observation. I just passed a guy on the trail who said there was some trail magic up here, and it's not here. So the only thing worse than not getting trail magic is somebody telling you there's some trail magic up here, and you get there and it's not there. So I'm gonna see if it's farther up the trail, but I mean, I just saw him like 5 minutes ago. We'll see what happens. We're gonna go find that trail magic. Ooh, look what we found. Trail magic. Go ahead, Dan, open it up. Let's see what's in there.
All right. See what kind of magic we got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gatorade. All right. Going over some big rocks today. That's Virginia. Nobody talks about Virginia's rocks, but I'm telling you, don't take Virginia for granted. They do have some rocks. Got a rock wall over there. To my right, sometimes I think somebody who maintains the Appalachian Trail actually comes and tears down these rock walls and puts them right in the middle of the trail. But they haven't gotten to this section yet. Or maybe there's already enough rocks where they don't feel like it's necessary. But that is a nice rock wall. I have no idea who built it. But I know where they got the rocks. There's plenty of them here. I'm near Humpback Mountain. But look at all those rocks. Just amazing. Oh, got about a mile and a half to go to get to camp. It should be a good shelter. It's been described as a nice one, but there's going to be 10 or 12 people at least. There's a lot more people on the trail now than when I started in February, but that's okay. The day turned out to be a little bit harder than I thought. You can't always tell based on how far you're going or the elevation gain. Sometimes it's the terrain, and there were a lot of rocks today, and my feet would like a break from the rocks. The rest of me don't care so much, but my feet don't like it. And tomorrow I'll take a Nero, get into Waynesboro and do some stuff I got to do there. And the day after I should be going into Shenandoah National Park. But it was a good day. Sun came out. It's a nice day. And the trail magic, man, 20 ounces of Gatorade when you're hot and thirsty, it's magic. This is Paul Wolf Shelter. There's already a few people tending here. I may have to sleep in the shelter. There's nobody in the shelter right now, but I know there's several people coming. Looks like it's pretty nice. It has a great water source running right in front of it. And I am going to go put my feet in the water. Ah, it looks great. Another good day. Tough one though. Good morning, YouTube. May 1st, day 71. Man, that Paul Wolf Shelter, that is a nice shelter. I slept probably 11 hours. That was good. Today, going into Waynesboro, it's a Nero, so I'll do about 5 miles and then I'll be into Waynesboro. It's very soupy today. Very soupy. Look at that. The air's thick with moisture. So even though it's not really hot, I'm sweating like crazy. Probably won't be a lot of video today because, I'm just not hiking that much today. I don't really like taking zeros very much, although I'll take some. I needed more at the beginning of the trip than now. I like Neros because I can get in 4 or 5 miles and then do all the stuff I need to do, like go to the Outfitter, the bank, the Dollar General, the any place that has an all-you-can-eat buffet. That would be high on my list. But I hear Waynesboro, Virginia is a pretty nice town, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I'll check in with y'all in a little bit. Coming out of the woods, getting into Waynesboro, you can see how foggy it is. You can't hardly see the cars coming. And it's like almost 10 o'clock in the morning. So you can see my white blazes. It is very, very foggy. There's Stanimals. So I did a Nero today, did about 5 miles and resupplied. I went over to this place down the street called Cookout, and they had 99-cent flavor of the week milkshake, so I had a peach milkshake, and then I went back and I had another one, and now I'm stuffed.
that is right. In the morning I waited on San Pedro Square, sound of church bells, churangos, and children filled the air. Then I heard a girl laughing, she sounded like you, Esmeralda. But you were not there, Esmeralda, 'cause your dream bore away with his flash spats, brass gramophone. Esmeralda, as your steamboat set sail, the fair Amazonian swan. If the band plays Bon Voyage out of time, out of tune, in minor tone, you can lay all the blame on my drunken trombone. Oh, my ocean is a deep one. Oh, my road is a long